Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we start our next lesson with Sahresh. Yes, Sahresh, what is our topic today?
In order to
Okay, just 1 second. In order to
solve
solve
problems,
traffic problems,
governments
governments
should tax
governments should tax
private car owners
private car owners
heavily
heavily
and
and
use the money
use the money
to improve public transportation.
to improve public transportation.
What are the
Station. Okay. What are the
advantages
advantages
and disadvantages
and disadvantages
of such a solution?
of such a solution? Okay. So what do you think? What type of essay it is?
Advantage and disadvantages.
Advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so if we try to do this, so just give me some points for advantages. What advantages we are going to have? If we impose heavy fine, it means that less cars on the road. Okay, if we impose heavy taxes, less cars. What else?
Less pollution.
Okay, less pollution. Okay, next.
The people will prefer private
Okay, it means
public transport.
they will be using public transport. Okay, next.
Next. Only these one will get.
No rush. Okay. No rush. It means less accidents. What else? In order to solve traffic problems, governments should tax private car owners heavily and use the money to improve public transportation. What are the advantages and disadvantages of such a solution? Okay, so these are advantages. What are disadvantages, do you think?
Disadvantages that it will burden a individual person. Heavy tax.
Okay, it means that you are saying that heavy taxes will be an extra burden on common man. Okay, extra burden on next.
Then there will be unemployment if people will buy less cars. So the companies will get a loss.
Okay, loss of automobile industry. Okay, next. Then disadvantage, it means that you are depriving people of the freedom.
Yes.
Depriving your deprivation of, let's see, yeah, deprivation of freedom of movement,
mm,
freedom of movement. What else? So it means that we just spent hardly 4 to 5 minutes on these, points. So our first step in the examination is just to underline the topic. Okay, important point here. In order to solve traffic problems, government should tax private car owners. So here, our underline should tax private car owner heavily. So it would be our 1 point. Then use the money to improve the public transportation. Use the money to public transportation. So it means that second is use the money to public transportation. What are the advantages and disadvantages of such a solution? So it means that there are 3 parts of this question. Number 1, advantages and disadvantages of imposing taxes, and number 3, whether we should use that money for public transportation or for infrastructure or not. So here we are not asked about our opinion. Okay, so let's start our essay. In our first line, it should be what it should be. Hook. Okay, we hook, paraphrasing, and then we should tell what is coming ahead. So 3 parts of first paragraph. So we will start in recent decades. So last time we discussed that we can say in recent years, in recent decades, in these days, nowadays, at present, okay, and or other words. So after this, there do not forget to put comma. In recent days, traffic jam is becoming pressing problem for the people. Instead of people, other words, do you remember some other words for people? So it is better you must have some vocabulary words for people. Some people.
Individuals.
Oh, very good. Individual is good. Better than people. For individuals, comma, especially living in mega cities. Okay, full stop. So last time we discussed about 4 structures, and them is becoming, okay, then becoming it gives to become traffic jam, it says traffic jam become a problem. Jams have, so computer is giving suggestion that instead of becoming, traffic jams have become a pressing problem for individuals, especially living in cities. So we were talking about 4 structures, 3 structures, starting with while, then whereas, then although. and we discussed that we need to integrate these structures. The best place to integrate these structures is here in first paragraph and in the last paragraph. Out of these three, we should choose one for this one and then one for the last paragraph. Here we will go with while. So here you can write while most of, so instead of people we are going to use the word citizens. While most of citizens are of the view that authorities, instead of government we are using the word authorities, should impose heavy taxes on those who use private cars, comma, others oppose this act as they think that it is against the basic right of mobility. Full stop. So here we have introduced this structure. Then last line you will said that this essay will discuss both standpoints. Full stop. Should we include our opinion here or no?
No,
No. Why no?
because they are asking advantages and disadvantages here, not our opinion.
Okay. So here again our next paragraph should be of how many words? Almost 100 words. So here look at the question again. What question says? Should tax private car owners heavily and use money in the okay. Here okay. Just 1 second. So in order to begin, we can write just the word to begin. To begin with, comma, to begin with. After in first, what will be our first thesis statement? Look at the points which you wrote about, and just we need to select only two advantages. If we impose heavy taxes, the advantages will be less cars on road. Less cars means no rush, okay, and when no rush it means that less accident. So they they are interlinked with each other. So number one, we can accidents, then comes pollution. So I would go with these 2 points, pollution and accidents. So these are the advantages if we impose taxes. Okay. Uh, Environmentalists, again, environment here, people, environmentalists, they are also people. So we have already discussed that just using people again and again, just try to think of their professions. Okay. Environmentalists, look at this, spelling check. Okay. Have warned us that there will be serious consequences if, again your spellings, consequences if we are unable to control our traffic if we are unable to control if we are unable to limit the number of vehicles on the road. Environmentalists have warned us that there will be serious consequences. What serious consequences? Serious consequences.
Global warming.
Yeah, global warming. Serious consequence. There will be serious. There will be serious consequences. Such as global warming, if we are unable to limit the number of vehicles on the road. So this is our I'm sorry, I should not use the word I. This is because the more cars on the roads mean the more pollution. Okay. If, in contrast, the people in power power impose. We have used the word impose. What are the other words or synonyms for impose? Look for the similar words for impose. Some, it means that force, inflict, press, urge, inflict. People in power, inflict, so what are the other words for inflict? Taxes. What should be the other word for tax?
Tax?
Yeah. This says that duty, toll, or levy, Levy, inflict, Levy, levy on those who have more than one car. One, instead of car, automobile, vehicle. What are the other words for car?
Vehicles. Yeah.
Vehicles we have discussed. Automobile, motor car, motor, wheels. They say that, yeah, limo. So motor car, more than one having, who have one than motor car. Full stop. Okay. And what should we do? This money, what should we do with this money for public transport? Okay. This, the money generated through this may be used on infrastructure and improvement of public transport. So we address the third part. Okay, it means that where this money should go. So in my opinion, instead of choosing 2 points, we need to discuss only this point, environmental pollution. Okay, and rest of the lines should be regarding how should we spend this amount of money. So the money generated through this may be used on infrastructure and improvement of public transport. As a result, what will be the result?
Public transportation.
As a result, comma, okay, we as humans can play our role to protect the environment and reserve it for the future generations.
mm,
For the future generations. So I think this is enough for paragraph number future
mm,
generations 1.
mm,
Then we come to second paragraph. Second paragraph, our argument is completely different from the first argument. So before we start the second paragraph, we need some introductory words. And these introductory words, when your arguments is, you are talking about a reverse argument. So then you need to choose some words from however, nonetheless, okay, nevertheless, what else?
mm,
Just write down these words so that you
mm,
may use these words in your future essays. So here we will start with the words nonetheless or however. Okay, none the less, freedom of movement
mm,
is a basic human right. So this is our thesis statement or topic sentence. It shows that what we are going to talk about. So after thesis statement, you need to write two more sentences. One sentence is supporting argument and this another sentence regarding the example. Okay, so just write three sentences about one point. Freedom of movement is a
mhm,
basic human right, full stop. uh,
mm,
it okay, we can give an example right away, or we can uh, every
right.
okay, we can every single
Mm,
individual on this globe wishes to move without any restrictions without any restrictions as he is not a prisoner, full stop. If here you are, for instance, if we restrict if we restrict a person's mobility mobility he ability, it may have negative impact on his emotional and psychological well-being. Well-being. Okay. Full stop. Therefore, so we have discussed citizens, people. What else? What are the other synonyms of people? Citizens.
Inhabitants.
Very good. Inhabitants. Good. Okay. Human beings, persons, race, tribe. Yeah. Humankind. Homo sapiens, humanity, mortals, men, women, folk. Okay. Therefore, city dwellers should be allowed to have as many means of transportation as they want, should be allowed. On the other hand, taxation will be a brutal act of local authorities. So here we have used the word authorities already, but here we have introduced another word, local authorities. Okay, and you can put a little hyphen between local authorities. So in this way, in order to avoid repetition, instead of saying authorities, you can say the word local authorities. Okay.
Okay.
Now, can you count the words till we move to next paragraph? We move to next paragraph, last paragraph. Then we will decide that how many words we need. So here, next paragraph. To conclude, or in conclusion, or having discussed both point of view. Okay. To conclude, here it is the time to introduce our next structure, although. Okay, although introducing strict in order to Heavy. What are the other words for heavy? Here it is better, before the examination, you should have the list of these words. High, very good. Another word. High, hefty, big, substantial, massive, large. Introducing massive taxation may result in less traffic on the road, which means less pollution, comma, it is also to be considered that man is born free. Man is not born free, it is too philosophical. Man is allowed to enjoy the freedom of movement in modern era. Modern era there may be other 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 strategies to control to minimize the number of vehicles instead of again instead of hefty means heavy, hefty. What are the other words of taxations? Here we are going to other taxes. Here hefty, duty, assessment, instead of instead of asking for hefty duties from drivers. Full stop. So here we just try to hear, so we try to count the words, and amazingly we just spent 40 minutes right now. It means that 40 minutes are more than enough to write task 1, and we are advised that in examination condition we just spend we should try to spend only 40 minutes. Therefore we have experimented that even with discussion, and we after spending 5 minutes on planning. So do not forget to plan your essay in 5 minutes. Just hold 1 minute so that we may count the total words. Just here, let me highlight all. Here, so here's, we have highlighted. Then where are the 290? Just a second. Okay. So
290
here,
without conclusion.
no, including conclusion, everything, total essays 290. Our total words are 290. That is perfect, length. So you see how we, divided our essay into 4 paragraphs with equal, distribution. 40 words in first paragraph, 40 words in last paragraph, and 100 words in each paragraph, third and fourth paragraph. So that is enough for our essay regarding advantages and disadvantages. We will meet next time with another essay. Have a good day. If you like this video, just press like or subscribe it so that you may be able to get more videos through